Dorfman. Ms. Dorfman is the founder and CEO of the U.S. Women's Chamber of Commerce. Ms. Dorfman has an extensive background in business ownership, publishing, and nonprofit leadership. The U.S. Women's Chamber of Commerce is dedicated to champion opportunities to increase women's business growth, career, and leadership advancement. Welcome, Ms. Dorfman.
Thank you. Chairman Velasquez, Ranking Member Shabbat, and members of the House Small Business Committee. I thank you once again for this opportunity to speak on behalf of the millions of small business owners, their employees, and families nationwide who are scared, hurting, and watching during this economic crisis while Washington focuses on corporate executives and big Wall Street bailouts instead of getting down to Main Street America where jobs are created, families are fed, and mortgages are paid to get credit flowing and raise consumer confidence. I have 5 words for you: big, bold, simple, focused, and now. I am hearing every day from small business owners who are very frustrated as they watch while Secretary Paulson and President Bush repeat the failures of the past by always looking out for corporate executives. Pouring billions of taxpayer dollars in at the top of the system in no way assures that a small business owner in a local community is going to be able to get their line of credit increased during this abrupt economic slowdown. Our members are angry that the federal government is giving taxpayer money to big companies that have been horribly irresponsible, while responsible small businesses are not getting the money they need to keep their doors open. As one of my members said about our business, I don't want to lose my company. We have 40 families that we provide for, and it is a big responsibility that I take very seriously. On behalf of the millions of American small business owners, I implore you to act now with a big billion-dollar punch that will reach directly to the credit needs of small business owners. We have been surveying our members to get a clear look at this issue, and they tell us there are 3 key problems. First, consumer and business confidence is falling rapidly and creating a sudden contraction in business revenues. Second, lenders aren't lending. Our members report that in the last 90 days, 53% are tapping into their own savings, 63% have turned to credit cards, and 24% have turned to family and friends for loan. And business owners are telling us that they are downsizing their employees or independent contractor force in alarming numbers. 71% of businesses say they have downsized. 69% have seen their revenues drop. 13% say if economic conditions do not change, they may be forced to close their doors. Only 20% have seen revenues increase, and these businesses also cannot secure the capital that they need to grow their business. Third, the cost of credit, when available, is going up. 38% of businesses tell us that their credit card and loan rates have gone up in the last 90 days. 22% tell us their credit limits have been reduced, and 17% have had their lines of credit halted. Among the comments I have received from our small business owners, one in California mentioned that she has 2 lines of credit. One was cut in half. Another with Bank of America was $50,000. Went to take $10,000 to meet payroll and was turned down. She is a customer of 20 years and runs millions of dollars through their bank, has 3 bank accounts, 2 personal accounts, and a credit score of 750. Congress must take legislative action to help restore the flow of credit and capital to small business owners as soon as possible, and the Small Business Administration must take immediate administrative action to loosen lending operating procedures. You must focus on getting the cooperation of the lending community by keeping the solution simple to implement by using existing systems, lowering the lender and oversight fees, and assuring the lending community that any new programs, rules, or procedures will be in effect for at least 2 years. And use this opportunity to re-engage regional banks so that we are not so reliant on a few big banking institutions. As you make legislative and administrative changes, don't forget the SBA is not the organization it used to be. 8 years of budget cuts and poor executive leadership have gutted the organization. The option of direct lending may totally overwhelm the capacity of the SBA infrastructure. Even now, we continue to hear that the SBA is not adequately supporting the businesses who are struggling Katrina disaster victims, and again, who have been impacted by Gustav and Ike. It may be much better to incentivize banks to get back into lending with a specific pool of money made available for only small business lending. We have to hold banks accountable for providing loans or stop giving banks taxpayer-provided bailouts. And we must dramatically increase transparency. Additional actions are needed to help business owners get through these hard times. Congress should take expediently pass another stimulus package, this time to support small businesses. We need lower small business taxes and penalties, delayed tax payments, delayed retirement accounts, and extended the amount of period for loans against retirement accounts. And most importantly, you must take action to reduce health care costs. And finally, specifically speaking of women-owned small businesses, you must remember that our businesses are already at a disadvantage as the SBA regularly lends smaller amounts to our firms. I encourage you to make sure that the lending programs reach to our marketplace so that we may leverage the resources necessary to keep our doors open and drive future growth. For instance, establishing a special 2-year look-alike of the Patriot Express lending program with loosened administrative rules, higher guarantees, and greater lending authority would quickly and directly assist many of our members to keep their doors open. And you must take action to implement the 8-year-old Women's Federal Procurement Program as Congress had originally intended. We find with the recent 2007 Goling report that the federal government is still shutting out women-owned firms at an alarming rate. Numerous members have told us that receiving fair access to these federal contracts could certainly provide business growth at this important time. In closing, I have 5 words for you: big, bold, simple, focused, and now. We need you to champion our needs now before it's too late.